Nevada FFA, we are now going to hear from one rockin' individual. Though we haven't truly met until this year, I've come to love our random and variety of adventures we have been on. Throughout our many road trips and miles, I've come to love our random conversations and absolutely spontaneous concerts. But most of all, I love the times when we've stopped or pulled over to seek out wildlife or even sightings of UFOs. Throughout our multiple chapter visits, conferences, and so much more, I have seen the amount of lives that you have touched with your positive and funny attitude. Boating into our session is Bodie Flodman and Christian Anderson to introduce your state reporter as he shares his retiring address titled The Optimal Habit.
Hey y'all, my name is Christian Anderson. I have been a good friend of Michael's for quite some time now. I met him back in high school, if that tells you how long we've been friends. He has brought a lot of joy and wit, funny moments to our friend groups. And I know he has been very dedicated on what he sets his mind to. One instance being he had this buggy that would just not work with him at all. And through hard work and dedication, he got that running and he had a lot of fun with it, and I'm proud of him. I have seen Michael become a young adult and become way more responsible than he was back in high school, and I cannot be more proud of him.
Hello, my name is Gage Bizard. When I met Michael on a computer game, I didn't know he would be my best friend 6 years later. Michael and I have talked every day since then, and he has become one of my brothers since then. From laughing at jokes for hours on end to planning hunting trips for the fall, he has become one guy that I can always go to for anything. I can definitely say that Michael is my closest friend and my brother. I'm now here to introduce your Nevada FFA State reporter, Michael Kemp.
Couldn't have ever dawned on me all the things that I would be. I never really looked out quite that far. It's never been a simple thing to see the world with a young man's brain, with an old man's heart, restless soul. Yeah, my family went broke my 18th year. Dad took a job.
Confident, hopeful, buoyant, bright, and optimistic. If you couldn't tell already, all of these words have one thing in common: the word positivity. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the most positive person myself, but I never like to hear, "Michael, why are you so negative?" Today, I want to take a dive into that process that is positive versus negative. My senior year, I was looking towards all the fun upcoming activities. Think for a moment about a scale. On one side was all my fun upcoming activities like banquets, proms, and graduation ceremonies. And on the other side was my personal goal of practicing the guitar so that I would be a better guitarist by the end of my senior year. But at the start of my senior year, one side started heavily weighing down on the other. I started to miss out on my practice, and I saw myself slowly declining in skill. Then bam, 2020 happened, and I had all this time to practice my guitar, all this time to spend with my family, and ultimately learned a lot of new things. But wait, graduation ceremony was canceled, proms, even all of the banquets. What was next? There never seemed to be a hopeful thought in my head at this time, and I constantly thought to myself, what is there to look forward to now? There was so much positivity around me, like spending much time with my family, practicing the guitar, and ultimately learning a lot of new things. But all I was worried about was all the negatives, like prom, graduation, and banquets being canceled. I had the hardest time moving on to what I thought was more important to me. After some time had passed, I started taking walks along the canal just to think about all the things that I'm grateful for at that very moment. And finally, July of 2020, after months of being so harsh on myself, I finally realized how much more I was able to accomplish and how much greater of a person that I was. For some of us, if not most of us, it is extremely easy to be more pessimistic than optimistic. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of being more of a pessimist at times, but I've gained the ability to think about all the positives that has come and that will come. All of us have the ability to retrain our brains to think more positive. What is holding you back from being optimistic and overall grateful? I'm sure we've all heard that it takes 21 days to create a bad habit and 21 days to create a new habit. After 21 days, on that Thursday of April 8th, if you continue to be more positive, this will become a habit. In FFA, we strive to be the positive leaders for all of our students and all of our communities and overall everybody. I have a quote that kind of goes along with this idea. It's from the Portable Pep Talk by Alexander Lockhart. The pessimist says it can't be done. The optimist says it can be done. And the peptimist says, I just did it. After these 21 days, on that Thursday of April 8th, go out and be the peptimist that everybody needs.
Keep building that chip up on my shoulder. Keep feeding that monkey on my back. I can feel your hot air blowing in colder, stoking this fire.
Michael, from all the state officer dinners, to the target practice, to the times you made me laugh so uncontrollably hard, I'll never forget how incredible of a mentor, state officer, and friend you were to not only our state officer team, but members all across Nevada FFA. I'm proud to present you with your retiring state officer jacket and buckle. Nevada FFA, for the last time, your 2020-2021 state reporter, Michael Kemp.
Rock and never wanna come out, but I'll never let you give me a reason to doubt me now.